Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Geeky Grapplers podcast. We are here once again with your host, Ian, and we're also here with my three lovely co-hosts, Cthulhu, Flipper, and Breaker. Fellas, how you been?
Been pretty well.
Wrote 4,000 words for uni essays over the past 3 days.
I got woke up by a smoke alarm today.
So obviously we're all having an amazing time so far. How amazing. This is obviously the Geeky Grapplers podcast, where we tackle things geekdom and the geeky. I didn't have the thing up, so I just guessed it. But we're going to roll with it, because we're all very tired from being very busy this fortnight.
Fortnite?
Shut up.
Did someone say Fortnite?
Oh, God. Alright, this is a great start to the podcast. We're going to move into the wrestling news before they
We're about to
put me
go
up.
down.
Shut up!
Where are we dropping, boys?
Okay. Wrestling news. We're
Do
gonna
you see that they're adding referees to Fortnite?
It's chaotic as hell.
Wrestling news. We're going to start with the negatives. We're going to go to the injuries. Apparently, Okada might be having a back injury issue. Lulu, resident New Japan watcher. What's happened?
He got eliminated out of the New Japan Cup in the first round, which is presumed to be because he's had a lingering back issue that he's been wrestling with for the past few months. So he's away to, I think, just rest and get it checked out.
Right.
Because obviously it's a month where if he lost March 6th or something to Shingo. So he's got until Sacrigenesis, until they stop doing New Japan Cup shows.
Yeah.
Which is April.
That's a fair enough time, especially when it's a back injury as well, because that could be really damaging.
Yeah.
So I think it's very safe.
I mean, obviously it's because, who else would suffer a back injury rather than Okada? I mean, he's been carrying New Japan on his back for the past 6 years.
Yeah, fair.
That's unfair. Yeah, I'd like that. But that was a great joke.
That's why it's called the money clip.
Speaking of carrying divisions, Asuka could potentially miss Mania due to a concussion. I don't know where this came from. I just didn't know that she had a concussion, apparently.
Apparently she got it from Shayna Baszler. I think it was a kick to the head or something like that.
I remember she got kicked in the head by Shayna and she lost a tooth. That was pretty gnarly. But did that also suffer a concussion, or are we
We don't know if she's out from Mania yet, but we do know she's got she may have a concussion.
Right, okay. So obviously, best of luck to Okada and Asuka in both their respective injuries. Hopefully they can jump back. I'll add a little bit of news here as well. Anna Jay has just come out of surgery. Oh, no. She's either been to surgery or she's going into surgery. No, she's come out of surgery. So hopefully she'll be back fit as a fiddle back into the Dark Order. So again, good luck to Anna Jay and everyone else. There's been some title changes and some title retentions. Bobby Lashley is now the WWE champion after beating The Miz on Raw. Did anyone see it?
No.
It was really boring.
Was it a murder, basically?
The entire show was built on The Miz not wanting to defend the title against Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
And then he defended the title with Bobby Lashley and lost very quickly.
Fair enough.
Who's Bobby facing in WrestleMania then? Or is it just facing The Miz?
I've not heard anything. If I had to guess, I think they're probably going to go for Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, which I feel like there needs to be a decent match, but I think for a Mania match, I think there needs to be something else there. I think the idea is that they're trying to give Drew McIntyre his WrestleMania moment that he didn't get last year.
Oh, that's nice.
By he's lost the title now, and now he can build himself back up and win it at Mania again, which I think is fair enough. I think that's a really nice and nice generous thing to do.
Yeah, this Mania is being kind of cursed because we still don't know everything that's going to go on with it. It's been delayed. It got lockdown or something.
Yeah,
we don't know the matches or anything.
Yeah, it's going to be such a messy WrestleMania if they really don't start putting in plans, backup plans.
Yeah.
they've got to be really careful.
It's like 2 weeks away as well, isn't it?
It's next month now. It's like April time.
It's the 10th of April and the 11th of April.
Right. Okay.
And they are
that's
apparently going to try and have 45,000 fans on each night.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's
not
not
gonna
biggest
be-
crowd in WrestleMania.
That's not going to happen. It'll be like 20.
If that.
If that,
Really.
yeah.
I think they're waiting to see what happens with the Super Bowl for that because I think the Super Bowl is happening before, or do I just not understand American football?
The Super Bowl already happened.
Oh, there was something.
Yeah, it's in February.
There was something
Super
that
Bowl was over a month ago.
there was something that was. Oh no, that was it. Yeah, they were using the Super Bowl as a reference to how many people they think they can get into the stadium because the stadium was holding the Super Bowl at the same time. So they're kind of like, ooh, let's see what they can get, and then we'll try to beat it because we're WWE.
Right. I don't think they're going to beat that.
I still don't think they're going to beat that.
Yeah.
Another WWE title, the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships were announced, and the inaugural winners were Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. That was until they immediately lost them to Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I haven't seen NXT. This just sounds like a really weird decision.
I mean, I can tell you what happened. This literally happened 2 days ago as of recording. So Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez lost challenging, is it Nia and Shayna, who are the women's tag champs?
Yes.
Like the main roster women's tag champs. They lost to them, but obviously they had the title shot there and then got awarded the NXT tag championships. And then out came Ember and Shotzi, who basically said, yeah, well, we've got a title shot for the normal one, so can we challenge you for them? Or had some messy thing like that, and they won them in the title match. They immediately had a title defense, which they lost. So the inaugural champs had about a 20-odd minute reign.
That's weird.
Oh.
That's really weird. I
That's
hope...
like the Mysterio tier.
Yeah,
That one time
literally, yeah. Where he held the WWE title for a show, and then John Cena
like an
beat him in the main
hour.
event. Yeah, he won it in the opening match, and then defended it in the main event against John Cena and lost.
Mm.
So hopefully they'll think of a way of booking themselves out of this. But that's weird.
I'll be honest. I quite like that Ember and Shotzi have titles, though.
Oh, absolutely. If there's two people that deserve it at the moment, it's Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. They've both been really, really good in this COVID era, especially Shotzi.
It's just kind of a weird way to win it, really.
Yeah.
You should say we don't actually know properly. That's only like what I've read reported. I've not watched this match or any of the things told.
I should try to get back into NXT again because it is doing really, really well. And apparently, like the main event scene is like stacked at the moment with like Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, like basically all the people that I just really like. So yeah, I should probably watch it again. Moving on to New Japan, El Desperado pinned El Fantasmo to capture the vacant IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship at Castle Attack. Lulu, I'm assuming you watched this, didn't you?
I did actually watch this match. It was a really good match.
It was the Fatal 4-Way, wasn't it?
Triple threat.
So it was
Despy, Phantasmo, and Bushi. Throughout it was just a really good match. Despy got his mask ripped off by Phantasmo partway through, and then took Phantasmo's finisher on the ramp, which is like it's a pile driver of some kind.
Yeah.
So he got off the back, and then after about 10, 15 minutes or so of Bushi and Phantasmo fighting out, he came back out and then won.
Okay.
It was a really good match, though. It's one of the best junior matches this year so far.
Yeah, that sounds honestly does sound like a good match. And again, it's the junior heavyweights, and you've got 3 of the best junior heavyweights fighting for the title. So I think
it does mean as well Despy is a double champion because he has the junior heavyweight tag titles as well.
Yeah, isn't it like I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but there was like a picture from like an interview where he's just like holding them both, and he looks like a boss.
Yeah, I think there is a great picture of him.
The only other New Japan title that was being defended was the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, where Jon Moxley retained against Kenta at New Beginning USA. Now, I've heard that this match was incredible. Has
It was
anyone
good.
seen it?
I haven't, no.
I have. It was good. It was a really good match. The pair of them battered the piss out of each other, which is, what you kind of hope from two people who are incredibly, talented strike-based wrestlers. I liked it. I didn't know whether Moxley retaining would be the best outcome, but I think I can see where they're going with it. But yeah, so I think it's a good outcome and a good end. I thought it was a really good match. One of the things that Kent has really struggled with in New Japan is that his matches are can be very repetitive, and they can drag on a bit and get repetitive within themselves. And it kept itself to a very snappy about 18 minutes. It never really got dull.
Well, the show itself was only like an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah, the show was ridiculously short.
Yeah.
I sat and was going, this is literally just an hour. It's also like 2 minutes of adverts before it as well. So it was a 58-minute show.
That's
An hour
crazy.
wrestling show.
Say again, Breaker.
An hour wrestling show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. Because New Japan are like trying to expand in the USA.
I think basically they've brought Kenta back for the New Japan Cup. So I think what they're doing is basically going to go, hey, Moxley, defend against all these people on New Japan Strong for us, please.
Yeah, like keep the division alive, please. And
Because it's more active than it's ever been, but it's he's a big name draw.
oh,
It's
absolutely.
like I think Bloodsport. I'm presuming Bloodsport was it 6 that he was on, and he's going to be on 7 as well. Or
Yeah,
Bloodsport
he was on the latest one. He's going to be on the next one already.
Yeah, I presume if you go and look at their viewership numbers, they will have gone up because of his name presence.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
So yeah, I presume they've kept it on him because he's going to stay in the US for the foreseeable future, and we'll keep having opponents on Strong, basically.
I think New Japan Strong is going to be a lot better once the whole pandemic is gone and people can start traveling, because then you'd have loads of Japanese people coming over to the US, and having live shows with like New Japan wrestlers in the US would just be an amazing like promotion for New Japan itself. So hopefully, we'll wait and see what happens in that area. That's it for title changes and retentions. We're moving on to AEW news. They've announced that Double or Nothing 2021 will take place on Sunday, May 30th. There's not really much else to add to that. We know literally nothing else. It's just the date. The card for the first episode of AEW Dark Elevation was revealed. We have Jungle Boy versus Danny Limelight, Dante Martin versus Max Caster, Ty Conti versus Ashley Vox, Brandon Cutler versus Powerhouse Hobbs, and the main event of Riho versus Maki Ito.
Ooh.
I think that's going to be a good match. I'm quite excited for Jungle Boy Danny Limelight.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what the difference in format is going to be.
Yeah, because this is meant to be the people who are like on the cusp of getting to Dynamite.
Yeah, basically.
So I think that's gonna be a really good thing to like put them up against established Dynamite stars who aren't necessarily in a like major feud. Like that's why like Jungle Boy's taking on Danny Limelight, and Max Caster's not doing too much because his partner's injured.
And Ty is out with what's it because of Anna Jay.
Because of Anna Jay. So yeah, it's giving them something to do, but also putting these new stars on a a bigger platform than just Dark, where everyone seems to be on the same level. These guys are being put up as like we are the next like breed of talent. But yeah, I'm quite excited to watch it. I think it's March 15th is the date. It's Monday.
This Monday, 15th
So
March.
hopefully we'll have more information on that one once that's...
AEW is trying to dominate the week. Because if you think about a normal week after this, we're going to go from a structure of like a broken up structure of the week where you can sort of mix in NXT to they have a Sunday pay-per-view again, because the 30th of May is a Sunday, where you'll then have the Monday will have Elevation on, an hour before Raw's on. Then Dark will be on Tuesday, which is going to be the day NXT's on, and then Dynamite's on Wednesday.
Yeah,
That's 4 straight days of AEW programming.
It's a lot. It really is a lot. They've got to be very careful, otherwise they're going to end up going the WWE route, and basically everyone's going to go, I can't watch this, I'm just going to watch Dynamite. Or, like, or I can't keep up, therefore I'm going to drop it. Because there's
I think they've already hit that, haven't they?
I think they have. I think with Dark's way too long.
Dark's too long, Dynamite on top of it, and BTE still exists.
BTE is still an actual thing that it has context in the Dynamite universe. So they've got to be really, really careful with how much they're expecting fans. Which I get it, because they're going for the hardcore fans. So they expect people to stay up and watch every single bit. But I think if you're trying, especially because you're on TNT, which is a huge cable network, you've got to still accustom to the casual fan. It's such a hard balance to get, and I think right now they haven't got it yet. So we've kind of just got to hope and pray that they'll get there. Moving on from AEW to New Japan, right now they are going through the New Japan Cup, and so far these are the next matches in the New Japan Cup. The left bracket, we have Evil versus Toru Yano in the quarterfinal of the left bracket. Oh, quarterfinal.
Yeah, they're all quarterfinals.
Yeah. They're all quarterfinals. Never mind. We've got Evil versus Toru Yano. We have Hiroki Goto versus Shingo Takagi. That'll be a good match. Minoru Suzuki versus Kenta. One of them's going to die in that match. And then on the right bracket, we have Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr., Yuji Nagata versus Sanada, David Finlay versus Yoshihashi, and Jay White versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. That sounds like a pretty good lineup for sure. I think looking at those matches, Suzuki Kenta, Ospreay Zack Sabre Jr., and Jay White Tanahashi are like the three that I'm thinking like, ooh, these look like they're going to be good matches.
For Toru Yano to win.
I personally think Goto Takagi and White Tana will probably be the best of the two sides.
Yeah, that's a fair shot. I think the majority of these matches have the potential to be the show stealer of their respective bracket. Like, I mean, yeah, I'll stick with that. I think that it is possible, but yeah, I think definitely a show to a New Japan Cup to look forward to. Yeah, I'm just gonna look after him.
I've not seen much of it. I've more just read it up on the reports because I've been busy. But I have seen one match, and that was Naito Great Khan, which is an upset win for Great Khan, who beat Naito via referee stoppage.
Yeah, that's
because he put him in the Dominator and just left him there for minutes and minutes.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, wow.
I'm really pleased they're sort of pushing Khan a bit more.
Until he got to Toru Yano and lost.
Yeah, well, he's not going to beat the Master Thief, is he?
He can beat
He's the best wrestler.
He can beat the previous IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champion. Can he beat
first double champ?
Can he beat a man? Can he beat a man selling a DVD? No.
One DVD boy.
Yeah, one LIJ Mafia boss versus one DVD boy. But the only other New Japan news is that the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship are going to be combined into the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and will be defended for the first time on April 4th at Sakura Genesis against the winner of the New Japan Cup. So that'll be Kota Ibushi versus whoever wins the New Japan Cup. I mean, yep. I think as we basically, in our discussions outside of the podcast, we have discussed that this is probably what they're going to do, is combine them. I think this means that the Never Openweight needs to be a bit more important, which I think they are doing by having it constantly defended, but...
I mean, there's a reason Jay is fighting Tana.
Definitely. I see where you're going with that one. But yeah, I just can't wait to see the design of it, because I think it's going to look sick. Small bit of WWE news. Apparently, kind of breaking news as of today of recording. Andrade has reportedly requested his release from WWE. Fair enough. Well,
he's not been on TV for ages.
He's not been on TV. Yeah.
The reason why is apparently he asked on Monday during or after Monday Night Raw, and he's dropped everything on his social media that refers to WWE or him being a member of WWE in any way. So he's dropped WWE Andrade. He's dropped. He's just called himself a wrestler in his bio.
You've got to be very careful though, because a lot of the times as well, especially recently, this is quite a good ploy to like get a better contract. It's what a lot of wrestlers are doing at the moment. Like Randy Orton did it, when he was constantly teasing he was going to AEW.
The difference is that reports have come out that Vince has no plans for Andrade.
Yeah.
So
and no plans as well. Apparently, Aleister Black is just sitting out the rest of his contract, which sucks. But at the same time, unfortunately, he's a victim of circumstances with the whole Zelina Vega
situation.
Yeah. So although I'm quite excited to see Tommy End back on the indies.
I'll be honest, Andrade is someone who would really do well in AEW.
Yeah.
He really would.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he was in that ladder match on Sunday? Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So fingers crossed, good things coming for Andrade and Aleister Black. A really small thing from WWE. I say a small thing. This is one of the things I actually wanted to talk about. So WWE have banned thigh slapping. So like, the common one is when you go for a super kick, to get the sound of like your foot cracking their face, you slap your thigh. Apparently, Vince McMahon on a recent SmackDown saw it and went, "That was so blatant. Therefore, they're all being banned." So I just wanted your guys' opinion on that. Apparently they're getting fined for every thigh slap they do.
You told me this earlier, and I thought this was a joke. I thought it was a bit. What?
Yeah, no, seriously, this is a legitimate thing. They are banning thigh slaps.
Yeah,
because it's not realistic, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot wrestling is meant. Yeah,
it's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, it's.
I forgot. The Fiend taking over bodies and stuff is. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it's from a wrestler's standpoint, that kind of, to me, it's hard because I can definitely understand why people want it banned, because it's so. It's sometimes it's so
obvious.
Yeah, it's so blatantly obvious.
I wouldn't say it doesn't be banned. Just like stop doing it.
It
just
needs
like
to be
not
monitored.
If you want to see a good example of it, go and look at any Johnny Gargano match longer than 30 minutes.
The funniest memes that are coming out of this are like Johnny Gargano looking at his hands, thinking what to do now that he can't slap his thighs.
What are you going to say, Flips?
But like, if they're bad at thigh slaps, then just make them get better at it. That you don't ban the entire thing. This isn't like a wrestler safety thing. This is just literally. It's literally removing bits of their toolkit. It's making them so they can do less stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think it's not something that should have been banned. I think it's something that needs to have been restricted. I think that I do agree with a lot of people when it's thigh slapping every single like forearm, kick, knee. It doesn't become special. If you just leave it for that one super kick in the match that just knocks them out, it looks so much more impactful than the 7 forearms getting thigh slaps every single time.
To be honest, this might be just me being really unobservant, but I never really noticed thigh slaps that much.
Sometimes they're obvious, but I think usually you're looking at the move.
Yeah. I mean, that's all wrestling is. It's sleight of hand. No, Ian, you can't do forearms now where you stamp your foot to give the impact on the mat anymore because it's unrealistic.
Yeah, that's it. It's the exact same idea. If you ever watch somebody do punches and forearms, they stomp because
unless it's New Japan, in which case they just hit them.
New Japan are looking at this going like, you guys slap your thighs? You guys
just kick them in the face.
Yeah, we can make sound by just doing the move.
Got the image of Kota Ibushi doing the yes kick, buzzsaw kicks to people now.
Jesus, just like caving their chest in. Good God. Last bit of news, specifically for the UK, fans, Revolution Pro Wrestling have announced a series of shows in the UK for this year. They're all going to be socially distanced, but
At the moment.
But some of them are being, they're trying to get rid of some of the social distancing measures because of the vaccine rollout that's happening in the UK. So
yeah, well, like the Manchester show is on August 21st, which the roadmap for the UK's road out of lockdown says that social distancing will be removed by June 21st at the earliest.
Yes.
So they have enough time, basically, to be... but if you go on the booking site at the moment, there are seats that are reserved for social distancing purposes.
Yes.
On each of the shows.
I'm quite interested in going. I know there's a few people from my school that are looking to go. I'd recommend going, personally. Obviously, if you're concerned about, like, you know, financially or anything like that, obviously it's cool. I just think, like, this is the perfect time to be able to support promotions coming back again and just
support British wrestling.
Support British wrestling. Jesus
and
Christ.
Wrestling in general.
We really need it after last year, guys. Please help us. But that's all the wrestling news. We've got some pieces of anime and manga news. Oh my god, I'm going to try and say this name.
I can't wait. I put this on purely so I could see Ian try and pronounce this entire novel name.
Hataraku Masama. That's so wrong. I know immediately that's wrong.
It's close enough.
The devil is a
The fact
part-timer.
you actually did it. The fact you actually tried it, though, is a commendable.
Yeah. But the devil is a part-timer for people with the first language in English. It's getting a second season after 8 years. I haven't seen Devil's a Part-Timer, but I remember 8 years ago it being really popular. So
It was.
McDonald's Isekai.
Yeah, it literally is, and it's really good.
All right.
It's like one of the big comedy. If I argue, it's one of the big comedies of the 2010s in terms of anime.
Okay. So it's definitely a good thing that it's getting a season 2.
Yeah, after 8 years, yeah.
Oh, I've just read the next piece of news. I hate you so much. Oh.
You got it.
All right. Mayu Gakuin no Futakogusha Shiju Sakui no I hate this. Mao no Siso Tensi Shite Shishon Laicha no Gaku Ekayo. Or the Misfits of Demon King Academy, history strong as Demon King, reincarnates and goes to school with his descendants, has a second anime season adaptation of the light novel.
Just as a side note, we here at Geeky Grapplers would like to make an apology to just the nation and language of Japan. Thank you.
Honestly, Google Translate done a better job than I did there. Good
Send your
God.
complaints to Ian Dawson at Twitter.
You were doing so well, and then you got past Fukeki Goshi, and then you just lost it.
Just lost it completely. Opinions?
I will say I'm kind of really disappointed, but not really surprised because this show's the OP characters, but not fun. Like those kind of OP characters.
Right.
I think DeviantArt level was overpowered.
Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty overpowered then. Good God.
My
But
character
then-
has anti-magic armor, and also anti-magic armor fire.
And he can beat Goku.
But can Goku do AIDS?
Oh my God. No, next one. First of all, fuck you, I'm not saying this one. The Ancient
Okay,
Magus Bride, Boy from the West and Knight
Which
of the Blue
bad
Storm.
as well. It's Magus.
Was it Magus? The Ancient Magus Bride, Boy from the West and Knight of the Blue Storm. It has an OVA trilogy being announced. Opinions?
I don't think
OVA trilogy that's been announced and released. The Ancient Magus Bride came out about 4 years ago, and it's really a really pretty anime.
I've heard of it.
what was the anime about again?
It was about basically a magician sorcerer type who it was basically sort of a mix between like high fantasy and there's like a bit like a Harry Potter kind of thing, but not as Harry Potter, Destiny, inspired by Christianity type deal. It was very fun. The main character was Chisa Hitori. She was really interesting, and Elias, the magician in it, the
was that anime?
specified Magus is really fun. He's got great character design. I don't know anything about the OVA trilogy. It got announced with one of the volumes of the manga, so yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
Is it a continuation or just like a new story?
I think it's a side story because the original OVA trilogy was a side story between 3 and 4, I think, of the manga. I do want to say as well, because I forgot to note it down, that we are like 2 weeks away from the spring 2021 season of anime starting.
Do we know of any that are starting in spring?
Well, there's quite a few actually.
Would it be worth saving this for the next episode for when they do start?
I would probably say save it for the next episode. The only one that will be out before that's out, as in it will be out on the day that the episode goes out, will be the first episode of the 5th season of My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the 4th season.
No, it's the 5th.
It's the 5th. Oh Jesus!
I just looked it up. And some of them are surprising. So, or should I just wait for wait for the next episode?
I think we'll definitely wait for the next episode.
We'll do it as the news of the next one.
Yeah, just because we're nearly at the end of the news section. Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier released a new trailer and is releasing on March 19th on Disney Plus. Thoughts and opinions?
This will mean something if I had Disney Plus.
I have Disney Plus. I've not seen the trailer or anything, but I like the 2 characters, so I'll give it a try. I've still not watched WandaVision yet, though.
I literally just use my Disney Plus account to watch Hamilton over and over again.
Don't blame you. I just will use it when my sister and her boyfriend use it to watch Simpsons. So, for some reason, they started from the most recent season and went backwards.
That's actually disgusting.
Yeah, but don't worry, they're on season 8. Which I think is meant to be like the best season, or like the season that went wrong.
It's a golden peak.
Season 8 is the peak. It's the golden era. It has like homophobia in it and that sort of stuff.
But also, let's just realize they're on season 8, so that means they have already gone through at least 20 plus seasons so far.
Oh God!
Yeah, that's.
Do they have lives? You know, they could have watched Futurama like twice over, and that's also on Disney Plus.
Exactly.
And technically there was a Futurama crossover with Simpsons. If that counts.
Video games. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge got announced on March 10th. Someone sounds excited for it.
It was Mario Day, and it got announced.
Mario Day.
Mario.
Yeah, I got it.
10.
Don't worry. I'm
super excited for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that this is not something I'm excited in, just because I wasn't a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I know there's a lot of people that are interested in it. I'm going to skip very quickly before Breaker has a shout at me.
Yeah. I am very excited.
Yeah.
That's all I really need to say. I need a release date.
Hell yeah. There's a new crossover game with Senran Kagura and Hyperdimension Neptunia. 2 games I do not know.
Did you get the Neptunia right, but Kagura wrong?
Did they get the Kagura wrong?
Yeah, you said Kagura, not Kagura.
Oh, I thought I said Kagura. Oh, you know what? Just expect me to get it wrong. We'll just make it. Let's not make it a running joke. That's a bad idea. But yeah, any thoughts on the crossover? It's something that I've not heard of.
This is probably something I'm going to talk about because I only know these 2. I think I've only played these 2 games.
Is it?
Yeah, I only know Neptunia from like character pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. So is
so
it?
To give you the basic. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say, is this crossover? Is this gonna be looking like a good crossover or?
Well, it's to put it lightly. One game is about like parodying a lot of the game, like fan service genre in general, and the other game's about like fan service to max 10, like over the top, and it knows it's over the top. So. I think this is match made in heaven.
That sounds like the perfect combination.
Why does this sound like the Deadpool of crossover games? Where it's just like super parodic, but also like playing it super straight.
Yeah. Also, this kind of means a lot because like these two franchises have been speculated to be dead. Like there was going to be a Seven Cobra 5, but that got cancelled because of Sony's new policy about anime content on the PlayStation. Also, and same goes for the Neptunia game, which is going to be about.
All that Sony would embrace it, seeing as they own all of anime distribution now.
Yeah.
No, it's because of the new policy. They got rid of a lot of anime content. Yeah. Or I'm gonna say the Neptunia game is either gonna be about idols or gonna be about VTubers. I can't remember. It's either one of them, and it's really, like I said, it's really relevant to big Pokemon fun.
I would like. Can they just get like Coronet in it? Just for like, even just like a line. Just get Coronet.
They really could, knowing them.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure HoloLive would love that crossover. Get some eyes on it.
They did do that Princess Connect with Crunchyroll, didn't they?
Yeah,
Like,
Princess Connect Redive is massively featured on HoloLive at the minute.
Yeah.
Callie put a song in.
I guess didn't Ina do the art, or am I getting that wrong?
No, Ina did the art for all of them for the like little symbols. So like you do Dress Sensei and the shark on Gora.
Ah, right.
I think she might have drawn a character though, so I'd have to go and check that
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I think HoloLive would actually do well crossover with Neptunia.
I love how quiet Ian's gone while we're talking about VTubers.
Honestly, I'm gonna just hope and pray that I can get through this podcast, guys. I am so tired. But no.
We'll wake you up with VTubers.
Yeah, what VTubers?
Hi, so tired. I'm Flips.
Oh God! Finish this news section very quickly then. Schoolgirls has released Annie to the public. I've not played Schoolgirls, although I've heard it's really good. Are we excited for
With
Annie?
your accent, it sounds like you're saying schoolgirls. But also, I don't get why they keep adding new characters. Everybody knows the way you play Skullgirls, the way you're meant to play Skullgirls, is you pick one waifu or husbando, and that's the only character you play. It's not about their skill set, it's just about if they're a waifu or not.
Well, it is a 3-on-3 game, so you gotta pick 3 waifus or husbandos.
All husbandos.
Beowulf is prime husbando material.
He really is. He's a wrestler as well, Ian.
Oh
you probably like him.
Oh God! Don't make me
like,
over more people. Jesus.
No, because like his literal finishing move, he shouts 20-inch pythons, and he just gets a giant arm and swats you with it.
Of course, of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm excited for this one as well because Go-Go's is one of those games that cannot catch a break. I'm not gonna go to everything, but let's just say like its creator from day one, it was almost like doomed, and it's got lucky it's still going.
Oh, I do remember hearing a lot about it from yourself. So yeah.
I'll be honest, the only thing I know about Schoolgirls is the Ken Ash Corp song, Paralyzed.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Final piece of news.
Wait. Lulu, what did you just say?
What?
You mean the Mystery Skulls cover?
Well, that's Mystery Skulls. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I don't know anything about it.
Hell yeah. Final piece of news is that Metro 2033 is back on Steam and is available for free until March 15th in honor of the 10-year anniversary. I've never played the
I
Metro
literally
game.
just saw this on when I was doing like the news roundup, I was like, "Oh, this is free." So I thought, "Yeah, I'll mention it in case anyone wants it."
I now have
It's
to make sure
free
this
to-
podcast comes out before March 15th, otherwise you're all fucking missed it.
Yeah, it's free to get and keep as well. So you don't. It's not like a free event. It is just because it's 10 years.
It's not Mario 3D All Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to try Metro out, give it a shot. It's free.
I've never played Metro. What's it like?
I've never played Metro. I've only
Never
heard,
actually played it. I've only heard.
I only heard the Exodus was horrendous.
It's in my Steam library now, though.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so now you can play it and learn what's about and tell us because I don't know either.
It's based off a series of books by either a Ukrainian or a Russian author, I believe. And it's all about like underground societies in the aftermath of a nuclear war. But the games are all just first-person shooters. So
It's a good concept, but honestly, doesn't really interest us that much. But it's a free game for a 10-year anniversary.
I wouldn't say it doesn't interest us. It's just like we've never heard of it before. This is either a boomer or zoomer. Take your pick.
Fair enough. But with that, that's the end of the news. We're not adding any more news. This has been a long news section already. So we're going to move on to the discussion of AEW Revolution.
Revolution.
So last Sunday was AEW Revolution, and it was a good show. Kind of, maybe. That, you know, we'll get into that. But first of all, to answer the question of who won the predictions for AEW Revolution, we will quickly go through the results of the match to keep people up to date. So, Britt Baker and Maki Ito defeated Thunder Rosa and Riho in the pre-show. The Young Bucks defeated Chris Jericho and MJF to retain the AEW World Championships. In the Casino Tag Team Battle Royal, Death Triangle, consisting of Phoenix and Pac, won. Hikaru Shida defeated Ryo Mizunami to retain her Women's Championship. Miro and Kip Sabian defeated Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Hangman Adam Page defeated Big Money Matt Hardy to win his quarterly wages for the quarter. The Face of the Revolution ladder match was won by Scorpio Sky. The unknown to be announced wrestler was Ethan Page. And Sting and Darby Allin defeated Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight. And in the Exploding Barbed Wire Death match, Kenny Omega defeated Jon Moxley to retain the AEW World Championship. So if you haven't watched the predictions, this does mean that the winner for this pay-per-view is Lulu because of Ethan Page's bonus point.
Hooray!
Hooray. Congratulations, Lulu. You win the respect of us three.
Well,
You get a little bit more respect than what you usually get.
Oh man,
there we go.
like it's intro. Can I level up now?
Sounds schematics.
But
We should also mention who got signed in the pay-per-view, too.
that is a very good point. We had the signing of Christian Cage, formerly known as, obviously, Christian from WWE. I mean,
At last, he's on his own.
at last, he is on his own. Holy shit, why have I only just thought about that? It's perfect. Thank you. The show itself. Okay.
I thought it was good. Just like the ending was
Yeah,
down.
that was my problem with the whole show, is that everything was really good, but then the main event ending was a stinker, so it left me feeling like the show wasn't that good.
It wasn't even that it was a bad ending. It was that it was so anticlimactic.
But my point I want to make is that if anything has to go right, it has to be the ending, because that's
Are you talking about the match itself or the ending to the match?
I personally didn't like that the Good Brothers got in. Let's fuck it. Let's start with the main event because that's the big talking point coming out of Revolution. I wasn't a fan of the Good Brothers helping Kenny Omega to win. I get it. I get that's the story. I get that Kenny Omega can't win because of the Good Brothers. It made it as if the Exploding Barbed Wire Death match didn't really matter. This could have been literally any other match, and then the Good Brothers could have come in and beat them up and win. I think if it was going to have to be an Exploding Barbed Wire Death match, Kenny had to win to be like, you know, by any means necessary. That's the whole idea of a death match, is win by any means necessary.
See, I seeing going into that, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. I actually genuinely quite like this match.
Really fun. The match itself, fantastic.
And no tax spot.
Damn it. I was so excited.
Because I don't actually mind barbed wire as much as I mind tax. I take the opposite view with that, is that it wasn't about the match itself being for like, oh, the Good Brothers are going to interfere, obviously, or Don Callis is going to interfere, obviously, because it's Kenny, can't beat them or put people away. It was I'm going to put Moxley in this situation where he'll rise to the challenge, and then at the end, when I've cheated, it'll blow him up and it'll not be a problem for me anymore. That's the logic of the match.
Put him in a trap kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bait. Basically, come get your title back, but you have to come and do it in a match that I know you're crazy enough to accept. But I've rigged everything in it to go in my favor.
Yeah, which makes sense after listening to the the promo from last Wednesday's Dynamite, where Don Callis basically said, like, we planned it all and this was meant to happen. And no, it wasn't, Don. No, it wasn't meant to happen. Oh God. We'll talk about it. We need to. We have to.
The explosion at the end didn't work as it should have.
Okay, I saw a comment where it was like the budget for the explosion went to Cody's entrance.
Oh my God! Yeah. So the thing is, everything up to the explosion, perfect. The beat up, the timer going down. It gets to 30 seconds. The sirens blaring. Eddie Kingston's coming out and pushes Kenny out the way, dives on John Mox. He's trying to get him to move. He's so scared. He doesn't know how to pull him out the way, so he just covers him up to save his friend. And some fucking sparklers went off in the corner, and that was it.
I will point out there have been reports now that not only is basically everyone in AEW pissed with the explosives company that set it up, but that it did work in rehearsal.
Yeah.
So everything that was planned out in that end sequence went right, except for the explosives didn't go off.
Except for the main bloody part of the show.
Like, I expected like half-heard party buzzers when I saw it. It was just one of the most sad things I think I've ever seen.
Immediately,
I was just expecting the ring.
Yeah,
Sorry.
just a ring collapse would have been fun.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yeah. But
Well, from what I've seen of other ones, basically, they blow out of the ring aprons and then blow up out the ring aprons.
Yeah.
Like what Kane does, basically, like a Kane Inferno match type thing.
Exactly. That's all it needed to be. We're not asking for the actual ring to explode. We're expecting more than fucking sparklers. Oh,
Moxie,
my
you mean
God.
Moxie survived? The sparkler?
Yeah. But
I mean, of all the things, he did get hit with a broom laced with explosives, like literally 3 minutes earlier.
that was more impactful than the explosive itself.
But I think, genuinely, it is going to suffer so badly in people's memory because of that ending. For what was a match that was really good. Like, it was a fantastic match.
Absolutely.
They did a really good tease of the first barbed wire spot. When it happened was really good. Fucking probably one of my favourite finisher kick-out spots ever. And you know how much I don't like finisher kick-out? Omega hitting the One-Winged Angel, Moxley getting his boot on the rope to blow up the explosives so that he broke the count.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was
a great
fantastic. Because then
Yeah,
they can
great.
still tease the fact that, oh, we didn't actually kick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the match itself was fantastic, but they just fucked up. I want to say they've quote unquote saved it in the promos. They're basically saying Eddie Kingston says that the fireworks, the explosions were paid for by Impact Wrestling, which I think is hilarious. But they're basically saying that it was meant to be planned. It was meant to be Don Callis was like, we're taking away what you wanted. You wanted the ring to explode and we didn't give it you. But they were like, but if it did go off, it would have been amazing because we'd have got rid of Moxley. But it didn't go off, so we pissed you off instead. And it's like, all right, fair enough.
I will say, personally, I think it's a perfect representation of Kenny's heel character. That it was all luster and presentation and build-up, and the real finish was an anticlimax.
When it first happened,
His heel persona, like, perfectly.
yeah, when it first happened and it was just the sparklers, I thought, oh, this is amazing. Kenny's like duped them, and then the referees came out and no one was moving. Eddie and John Moxley were acting as if they were dead, and I was
I
thinking,
can assume Eddie was massively pissed with this, covering Moxley.
I liked his explanation for why he sold it like he did. Have you heard the explanation?
No.
The explanation was that because he was so scared and so anxious about trying to get Moxley out and help him, he had a flashback to when he was being sent to jail when he was younger, and the cops were like beating the shit out of him and like, you know, being bad cops basically, and like scaring him.
Oh my God.
So he had like a straight up panic attack in the ring and blacked out. That's his explanation for selling it like he did, which
that's not bad.
it fits Eddie's character, but it's
Really?
a bit
Yeah.
like, All right, Eddie, we get it. Okay. I think it's a great explanation, personally.
I think it's the best explanation he can give, because like, how do you sell that? Like,
Yeah, how do you sell that you died because of sparklers going off in the corner? Like, god damn.
I've say, obviously, I think Moxley's selling is okay, obviously, because he had literally been murdered by the Good Brothers and Kenny. Like, they actually did just kill him prior to the thing. He'd gone through the match, then they came out, beat the piss out of him, and hit him with the broom. That was great. That was a great spot. That was a really fun spot.
It was a very, very good spot.
Yeah, but yeah, considering how much I was like, I'm not going to like this match, I thought this match was really fun.
Yeah, my god, yeah. Absolutely.
It wasn't. It was stupid enough to be not too like horrendous, but not too like comic to be laughable.
To say
like
this,
you could, there was a lot of safety put in as well. It's like the start of the match off, they were both still in t-shirts.
Yeah, to say it was an exploding barbed wire death match, this has nothing compared to the full gear match they had. The unsanctioned match. Yeah. The unsanctioned match, I would say, was a lot more like gruesome in terms.
That was
of,
a lot more hardcore.
Matching. It was a lot more hardcore.
Yeah.
But I think again, you've got to take into account we can't exactly use half the ring because it's filled with explosives. So yeah, fair enough.
Explosive with big quotation marks.
Yeah. Oh my god, the explosives on the outside as well were horrendous. I hated that so much as well. You could visibly see the cannons where the explosions came out of when he went through the board. Oh, it's so annoying.
I think the cherry on top of it was you can hear the crowd just get anxious to see what happens. Then the silence, and then you just hear boos in the distance.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
The only saving grace I think of that ending though is it didn't matter that the ring didn't explode. It's made Eddie Kingston face.
Oh my god, yes.
I've been saying for literally 6 months, needed to happen 6 months ago. He's too good of an underdog to not be a face.
He's going to be amazing, especially on Dynamite. I'm going to keep referencing Dynamite because again, they've really fixed this on Dynamite. Eddie Kingston came out and confronted Kenny and the Good Brothers, and they were taking the mick out of him by like putting a countdown on the screen and like being like, "Oh no, it's going to explode! Oh Kenny, look after me!" And then Kenny was just like, "Oh, you haven't got the balls to hit me." Obviously, you're saying that to Eddie Kingston, whoom, straight into the face, and then they start beating him up, and then John Moxley comes out and beats him up.
Isn't the actual thing that Kenny's doing is he's going to feud with Christian?
Yes, because the promo that they cut was meant to be an interview with Christian Cage, but then Don Callis came out and went, "You don't want to see Christian Cage, you want to see the world champ Kenny Omega." Which perfect heel promo though. Let's be honest. As much as I hate Don Callis, that's the point. It's the point. He's really good. He's really good at just being so detestable. But then Christian Cage came out, tried to hit the Unprettier. No, it's not called the Unprettier. It's called the Kill Switch Engage.
Isn't that CM Punk's move?
That's CM Punk's band's name that he used to come out to.
Yeah, they're the ones who made this fire.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, my
bad. Yeah. Then Christian Cage picked up the AEW title, which, oh boy, this would be a great feud. I would actually be really excited for this. But I don't think there's much else to say about the main event, otherwise I'm going to make myself even more angry than I already am. So,
Can I say one more joke? I saw another comment. My God, the violence is insane in AEW. Those sparklers and smoke can't be good for the lungs.
So, what was your guys' favorite match of the night?
The street fight, easy.
Ooh, yeah. I think for me it was a street fight as well. Did Lulu and Flips, you were kind of in agreement, or you got anything a bit different?
I'll be honest, I didn't think much of the street fight.
Oh, really?
Really?
Of all the cinematic matches that we've seen, it was the least creative.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought it was really cool how it was shot and stuff.
I think it was shot really
It was cool, but like it wasn't. I don't know if it's my favorite.
It's not my favorite. That'll always be the Stadium Stampede. Jesus, of course.
Yeah.
But I think, given the fact that you had a 60-year-old Sting there, I think the match did really well.
You gotta give props to Sting for that.
Yeah,
Like,
I just think it was shot really well. I think it was a really well shot match.
Also, I do think it's a bit of a piss take to sell a ticket on the basis of you're going to see Sting wrestle and it's a pre-recorded cinematic
Yeah, it's a
match.
pre-recorded cinematic match. Yeah.
In principle, I don't really like that.
That's a dick move. That's a bit of a dick move.
I'll be honest. I think the match I got the most invested in would have been the Casino Tag Team Royale because they really did their spots well in that. Like every single elimination and like move really mattered in it. It was a really fun Royale match.
Yes, and I know there was one bit in it where Jack Evans kept getting involved and eliminated a few people, but for some reason they eliminated like 3 people at once. And that was like a really confusing section. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember Jack Evans getting involved. And it was like, oh, Jack Evans has pulled someone out. Oh, but this guy's been eliminated. Oh, but this guy's... And it's like, shit, we just lost like 3 teams. What's happened?
Also, it did have probably one of the best finishing segments of the night, which was the Jungle Boy, Pac, Phoenix, and Johnny Hungy facing off.
I would argue and just say the Ray Phoenix Jungle Boy bit was the best bit.
Well, the Phoenix Jungle Boy bit was good, but it was very short in comparison to what I liked the larger bit. I liked the like you knew that they obviously Pac and Phoenix had the advantage, but I liked that they took the advantage away from them really quickly. They got Silver out, then got Pac out, then got Jungle Boy out. Yeah. I really like that end because it could have gone any way between the 3 of them.
I do like that they keep teasing Jungle Boy every single time. I think he's been like in the final 2 for like Battle Royals now, like 3 times now. Like he was in the last 2 in the Dynamite Diamond Ring. He was in the last 2. He won the one to be in the TNT title match against Cody, and he was in the last 2 for this one. They have been teasing Jungle Boy having a like big time moment so much, but he didn't get it again. So I don't know how much longer you can keep doing that. Yeah, the Casino Battle Royal was definitely a very strong part of the show. I know one match I was quite excited for, but didn't really come out of it enjoying that much was Shida Mizunami. It was a good match, but I think it was A, a little bit too long, and B, I didn't particularly... I don't know, I was a bit annoyed with the ending of the match itself, where Mizunami basically ate 3 running knees by Shida, which, you know, again, finisher kickouts, don't do that. Don't. It's your finisher, it should finish a match. But I don't know, I think it was a match that should have ended at least 5 minutes earlier.
Not only did it go on too long, but not only did Mizunami kick out of 3 running knees, Shida poked her in the eye, which is still a heel move.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
Like an eye poke, which is not like a move that is part here, like it's not like a tweener move. No, that's just straight heel.
That's straight heel. That's cheating.
Yeah, that's actually cheating. And she also kicked out of the Falcon Arrow. Like
nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, but she done a running knee Falcon Arrow, running knee, pin. Like that was the order of events, basically. It was a really good match, and then it just kept going on a bit too long, and there was too many finishing accounts. It almost reminded me of Walter Tyler Bate from NXT TakeOver Cardiff 2.
I'm gonna grip my teeth. We're not there yet. We're not at that point yet.
Well, it's a match that was good, and I was really enjoying up to a point, and then it just kept going on far too long past its viability as a good match. Yeah, and it completely sank the rest of the match because all I remember now is how long it went.
It's one thing at wrestling school that's really difficult to learn is when is the best time to end your match, because you want to get everything in. Obviously, you want to make a good impression to the crowd, but there is a peak. When you reach the peak, the longer it takes you to finish the match, the lower down the reaction is going to be for the win. So you have got to pick it out it's so difficult to do. Because if you keep kicking out of near fall after near fall after near fall, and the moves are huge, the reactions of them are just going to keep going down and down and down and down, and then you're just going to get like a, yay, you won. Instead of a, oh my god, he's won, the big reaction that you're after. So I think they missed the mark on that one, unfortunately. And I guess there's a new women's faction. I guess Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Maki Ito. At least there's one good part of that.
Let's just like
3 women versus 1 woman, Thunder Rosa, and they apparently all scared of Thunder Rosa for some reason.
Oh,
yeah, that really bothered me.
Yeah, that was really weird. Weird.
I don't care. Maki Ito is in AEW and has been in
Yay!
she's been in loads of matches now, and it's really good.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely
really
good.
glad.
Definitely good. Definitely someone who deserves it.
Yeah, especially she's the kind of person who tweets out "poop backwards is poop."
I think you can't even give that with context. Just go and look at her Twitter. It's amazing.
Yeah, I had to. I will say, I was watching this with my brother live. I had to explain Makito's gimmick as the anti-idol to him.
Does he simp now?
No.
Damn it. We'll get him eventually, boys. No, yeah.
Dark Order got simp for her though. So.
Dark Order, hell yeah, simp for anyone. Yeah, there was definitely a. I think if we're talking about weak points of the show, can we also say that Orange Cassidy, Truck Taylor, Miro, and Kip Sabian was definitely, for me, the lowest point of the show?
That was a weird match to me.
Okay, I liked that they did the jump start. I liked the fact that they beat the shit out of Chuck and Orange while in the back, because then it made the match different. If it was just going to be a straight up tag match, this has been even more boring.
It would have been the 3rd tag match, basically in a row, as well.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll be honest, I really like this match because it was quick. I feel like a lot of the matches on this card overstayed their welcome.
I still think this needed to be shorter.
Well, if it could have been shorter, it would have been even better. But I really liked how it was snappy. It was under like 9 minutes, I think.
From like the times actually.
No, I haven't looked at times, but it was nice. It was quick. It was a definitive win for Miro, and as well, it started seeding that breakup because he pushed Sabian into Penelope, or run into Penelope by mistake.
Chuck.
Yeah.
I think Miro pushed Orange Cassidy into Penelope, so then Kip Sabian was like worried about his wife, and that was a good bit of planting the seeds, because then Miro just like grabbed Sabian, was like, do the pin, and it was really good.
I thought that was probably for like on a productivity ideal. But basically, it got the most done in the shortest amount of time.
Yeah, for a match that didn't really have much of a build to it, honestly. Like, it wasn't the best of... It's not the best of storylines that AEW have done. It's definitely not the strongest one on the show. But for what they got, it was fine. I just think I was a bit like, oh, this match.
Okay, they can talk about Chuck Taylor's, like, busted up arm. But...
Yeah, Jesus Christ. How hard did he get thrown into that mirror? Good God. That was ridiculous.
I was gonna say, Darby Allin didn't bleed when he got thrown into a little plain glass.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darby Allin's looked worse, and he was fine.
Yeah,
and then Chuck Taylor comes out, and he's like gushing out and everything. Like, Jesus Christ, Chuck. Do you know what they're doing next for that feud? They're having. No, I don't remember when. It might be next week actually, but they're having a hardcore match, where around the ring are going to be arcade machines.
Oh.
And
I love it already.
Yeah. And the stipulations are, if Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy lose, Chuck Taylor becomes the butler forever.
So he's not going to lose.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be interesting. I just really hope that Miro eventually beats the shit out of Kip Sabian, and we have Miro go on a tear.
No, like they just instead of the match in the ring. They just play an arcade match together.
Yeah, they just get a couple of sets
Like
of
play
like Time
Street-
Crisis and just boo boo boo.
What is
They play
this?
like Street Fighter or something.
Yeah.
What is this? Stardust Crusaders?
Is that a JoJo reference?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Freaking
Not there yet. Not there
She's
yet.
taking Darby the player to like wrestling.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Has there ever been a gambling wrestler?
Yes. No. Yes.
Like I say, in that case,
Surely he would be the subject of our next match, which would be Big Money Matt. He would be the gambling wrestler, right?
I really enjoyed this match.
I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah,
it was good.
That end spot was great. It was wholesome.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful end
I'd like
spot.
to point out, called it with the Dark Order, just like literally holding up Adam Page's career.
Give him a beer.
It was a fun ending, and it was a good match because they're both great wrestlers. Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it? It was just a good singles match.
I think it was definitely a very good introduction to not introduction, sorry, a very good start to the rise of Adam Page. As I said in the predictions, where I think this is going to be like the exodus for his like rise back to the top. His very, very, very slow rise to the top again, but he needed something like this. Yeah, basically. I just think it was just a really solid match, absolutely. Trying to think of what other matches we haven't talked about. Face of the Revolution match.
Thank you for me the predictions contest,
Yeah.
Ethan.
You dick. Did we all see Scorpio Sky winning that? God damn. That was
No, because we none of us predicted him to win it. So if we did, would we have predicted it?
It's a very good point. Yeah, this was
It was a ladder match.
I don't think I liked this match.
Yeah.
I don't think I,
I think
liked
my
it.
favorite part of it. I think my favorite part of it was Lance Archer's under the ladder, just waiting there the whole time
Oh
for
my
a spot
God, yeah.
after the box.
I did not like this match until the ending. I thought this match was slow. I thought this match was choreographed not very well. And I hated the Cody Rhodes spot with Penta. Because
Oh yeah, how he went out and came back.
because your attention is not on the match then. It's on, oh look, Cody's still at the end of the coming at the entrance
They
round.
should have literally taken him to the back.
Yes, he should have gone to the back. I know they're playing the idea, like again on Dynamite, they're playing the idea of he's not telling us whether he's actually injured or not. Is he going to push himself too hard? I don't think this needed to be a case. Or if anything, why didn't Penta go out as well? Didn't he take basically the same like impact? I know he did the destroyer, but like,
He didn't land head first. So.
yeah. Oh my god, as well. This is something that me and a friend were talking about. Penta, please stop taunting at every possible opportunity you have. Because he basically looked like he didn't sell the entire match. I know it's like kind of Penta's thing, but oh my god, the amount of times he would like cup the ear to the fans or like do a woo or do a little dance with his arms. It's like, come on, Penta, there's a time and a place, man. And it's not every 2 minutes. I just don't think I enjoyed this match. Although Scorpio, the ending sequence with Scorpio Sky was really good. I think I can put my hands up and say that.
Is it me or does pay-per-view have like really weird endings where some of them are good and some of them like ruin the match or just make the match worse?
Yeah, that's the problem with this pay-per-view, I think. Now that
Okay, are we gonna open the floor to the fact that everyone wanted to make a joke about the ring?
Who's going
It
for
looks like an onion ring. It looked like a bunch of grown men fighting over a giant Burger King onion ring.
They were trying to get to the Sonic special stage at the end of the level.
I believe the only other match we haven't talked about is the opening match, which was the Young Bucks and Jericho and MJF, which consensus on the internet basically says this match was really good, but just went a little bit too long, which I went back and watched it. Yeah, it's a bit too long. There's a really obvious place where it could have ended, but they just didn't end it. So again, the exact same point as I was saying before with Shida and Mizunami, like they just missed the mark. But the match itself was really solid. To say like Jericho trying to keep up with the smoking young guns of the Young Bucks and MJF, like he did a really good job. Like it's Jericho, isn't it? Though it's Jericho.
Yeah, in comparison, you have a 51-year-old who's keeping up with a 34 and a 32-year-old in the box, and they're all keeping up with a 23-year-old, 24-year-old in MJF.
I think, yeah.
Ridiculous. It's thinking about like the outstaying its welcome, basically how all the matches were long. This pay-per-view, if you include the pre-show, started at midnight in the UK, and it didn't finish. Like the copyright logo came on, so obviously the end was at 4:40 a.m.
God, I couldn't imagine.
I feel like if you had trimmed the endings of all these matches by 3 minutes or so, it would have been an exactly like 3-hour pay-per-view, and that would have probably felt a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking back at this pay-per-view, I think it was every match was solid, but every match had an issue. I think the only match that I'm looking at, I'm looking at all the matches. I think the only one that didn't have an issue was Paige and Matt Hardy.
I'd say the Street Fight didn't have an issue to me at least.
I think it was shot well. It just needed. I can see Lulu and Flips' point where it needed a bit more to it for it to be like Sting's first match back from, potential retirement again. But I just wanted to add, if you guys, because I don't believe any of you have seen Dynamite. Do you know what the new storyline is?
With regard to Jericho and MJF.
Yes.
Yeah, MJF's made his own faction.
Yes, he has.
He's just taken all the heels who had nothing else to do. Basically.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's a pretty damn good faction.
Oh, it really is. But it is like a. Who can we get? Who's not doing anything? Sean Spears, FTR, Tully.
For context for Flips and Breaker, they were having the War Council that they said they were going to have to shake things up in the inner circle, and MJF turned around and was like, "Yeah, we need to get rid of somebody." But then, as he said that, Sammy Guevara came back out, and Sammy Guevara went, "Watch this video." They show a video of MJF saying, "Hey, it's time to get rid of Chris Jericho," to Santana Ortiz and Jake Hager, and they're all like, "Yeah, all right then." So you think, "Oh no, they're gonna turn on Jericho," but then I love that. I love this. They did this with the invasion with ECW. I think Breaker might know this. Is when they're they're all lined up, ready to beat up Jericho and Guevara, and then they'll slowly turn around and look at MJF instead. So they knew that MJF was trying to get rid of Jericho, and they were still on Jericho's side all along, which was an amazing swerve. And then MJF, I think, was like, "Oh yeah, I never wanted to take over the Inner Circle. I was just biding my time to make my own." And then the lights went out, and then FTR, Tully Blanchard, Wardlow, and Sean Spears are all in the ring. He has his own faction now.
Okay.
Beats the shit out of them.
Let's just point out the main event for Double or Nothing is going to be blood and guts between these two. That's what the main event is set up here. That's what this is all going to lead to. Surely,
you know what?
It must be.
You know what? I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be a fantastic. I think it's gonna be a fantastic show, a fantastic match. Given the people that are in it, I think it's gonna be fantastic. I'm quite happy about this. I think
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm just building off the fact when you were saying it's just the people that didn't have anything to do. The people that didn't have anything to do are also really freaking talented.
I'm not saying that, but it is if they'd have taken someone from, say, the heels who are doing something, pick any heel who is in an active feud and take them out of that and put them in that faction. They picked wrestlers who weren't in feuds, basically.
I was very surprised they didn't pick the Butcher and the Blade, because the Butcher and the Blade were MJF's hires to beat up Cody Rhodes.
Part of Eddie Kingston's group now.
Not anymore.
Well, technically not now.
No, they're not. Do you know what they're doing now?
What are they doing now?
They are part of Matt Hardy's brand.
Oh.
Yeah. They've basically glomped onto another heel person. Which I get it. I get it because their characters is they are mercenaries, basically. They go to whoever's paying.
They're the X-Force of wrestling.
Basically. So yeah, I think if I was going to pick anyone, I would have put Butcher and the Blade in there because they are actually lost. But you know what? FTR, Sean Spears. I've said so many times to you guys off camera how much I like Sean Spears. I think he's super underrated.
I will say as well, working off of that, can you imagine the 6-man tags with MJF and FTR? Because they all work this really like more techy southern, more like southern style.
Absolutely, it's gonna be fantastic.
Those are gonna be great.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's basically all we need to talk about with Revolution. I think our final thoughts are that solid show, but there was definitely some issues that could have been worked on. I think if you're comparing this to the year before's Revolution, I don't think this compares at all. I think last year's Revolution was phenomenally better.
Yeah, but you're saying that. I think Revolution is still probably the highest, like, best AEW pay-per-view they've put on.
Yeah.
Can I add two small things to Revolution?
Yeah.
One, how destroyed JR's voice was at the beginning of the show.
That's just unfortunate.
Oh God,
yeah. That was just a poor case of a bad throat.
Yeah, and two, how during the end of the Bucks MJF Jericho match, how the Bucks did super kicks, and I think it was MJF that slobbered, and they literally said it was a slobber knocker.
Oh, that was a fantastic call. That was such a good
JR
call.
Yeah,
Them kicking MJF back and forth was a really fun spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's the thing that everybody wanted to do, and they finally got to do it.
our boys have done it.
But yeah, the boys have done it. So Revolution 2021. Onwards to Double or Nothing 2021. So we're moving on to free ep sales rep, and as all three of us have already done ours, it is finally Breaker's turn to be the man on the podium. And as always, he will have 90 seconds to discuss a topic of interest that he has discovered recently, or something that he's just wanted to bring up for a long time, just keeping it locked inside him. He's going to have 90 seconds to do so.
Inside.
He's going to have 90 seconds to do so, and we're going to give a couple of questions, and hopefully he'll have some answers for those questions. So, Breaker.
Yeah, and we'll have to decide if we're interested.
Yes,
Are you ready,
well.
Breaker?
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Give us the countdown.
Okay, you may start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, get cozy, boys, because I'm gonna make this short and sweet. There's a game on Switch. There was a game on pretty much every console. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, Apple, if you're weird, and it is called Sayonara Wild Hearts. It is classed as a rhythm game, but to quote the actual creators and how they describe it, it is a pop album video game. You like I said, the rhythm game. You move around in the beat of the rhythm to avoid attacks and attack yourself. With only two buttons, really, two controls really, the stick and the A button. It's got a really cool style. It's kind of like a mix of low poly art style mixed with a simplistic style, but this time actual good simplistic style. The music is really cool. It's got a very chill beats to listen to while the apocalypse or very 80s vaporwave type music. My favorites include to be Fighting Hearts and The World We Know. In fact, you can actually listen to the soundtrack now on Spotify.
Is that your lot?
That is pretty much it. I will say the artist is Daniel Olsen. Shout out to him.
And that's your time.
Hell yeah. So just to clarify, the name of it was Sayonara what, sorry?
Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. This is not something I've ever heard of.
Never heard of
Nah.
But
So,
I'm immediately
so it's
intrigued.
like is it like a rhythm fighting game, basically?
It's more like a rhythm hack and slash, kind of. It's more a rhythm game than anything.
I'm immediately super interested because I love rhythm games.
Rhythm games are great.
Yeah. So Is there like a story to this, or is it kind of just like kind of like?
All I'll say is, oh, sorry. Go
Is
on.
that just saying kind of like a Guitar Hero where it's just like just play the songs?
Guitar Hero has a story,
Oh,
but I
come
see
on.
what you.
Yeah.
Guitar Hero 3 has a story. But basically, all I'll say is for the story is, you're playing as a girl who just got heart broken. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, okay. All right.
So the reverse Scott Pilgrim approach.
Sounds like
Pretty much. Except you don't fight 7 evil exes.
and you said it was
Is it?
80s vaporwave and chill beats to listen to.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got very chill music. I should mention as well, half of them are like vocal tracks, and it's like, if you'll get this, it's like near music, but you're playing in a rhythm game.
Okay, I'm down. I like it.
You mean near as in like the
The
Niers.
vocal tracks from Nia, yeah.
I've never heard the vocal tracks from Nier, but Flips.
The vocal tracks from Nier are one of the best. Okay, Nier has some of the best game music to have ever existed, and I will fight anyone who disagrees. One-on-one this Sunday at AEW Double or Nothing.
Yeah. So you said it was on all.
It's on everything,
platforms.
really.
You
It's on everything, really.
You only need the sticks and the A button.
No, you need like the control stick and the A button or B button. Yes.
Okay. Is there a game that you could compare this to? Because I'm trying to visualize a rhythm fighting game.
No, I wouldn't say it's a fine game either. It's like it's kind of like on rails, but like you can move around and control it.
Okay.
It's like Audio Dash. If you played that, I think that's what it's
I
called.
think I have, but it's in the back of my mind if I have played it. It's
like Audio Dash with more. Oh, sorry.
No. I'm just trying. I honestly I can't think of it.
It's like Audio Dash with more style. Is how I'd probably put it.
Okay. I think if we're gonna go for like the agree disagree or interest. Sorry, I'm very interested in looking up this a bit more. This sounds like something that would be absolutely down my alley. So I'll be definitely giving this a. I'll definitely give this a look.
I'd probably say as well that it's quite short, which I'd say is the flaw of it. It's quite short, but the ride is well worth it.
You're paying for a good ride, like a roller coaster.
I mean, I wasn't that interested, but then you said it was like chill wave and synth stuff, and I really like my synth wave, so I might check it out. Also, I googled it, and it does look like right up my aesthetics. Like it's all purples and like low blue hues.
Here's a screenshot. Cool. Flips, are you interested?
I mean, I'm predisposed to liking rhythm games, so yeah.
Yeah. That's basically. I like as well that this is the very first one where people didn't actually know about the thing first. This is the first time that someone's brought a topic that only that person knows of. Because every other time, like Flips knew about Cells at Work. Flips knew about Break knew about Friday Night Funkin' and etc. So. Thank you for.
Did you just? The only other person is me, and you just etc. me. Wow.
Because I forgot.
And everyone except Ian bothered to watch Auntie Donna's Big Old House of Fun.
I watched the first 2 episodes. It was really good.
Is that all you've seen?
Yeah, I've only seen the first 2 episodes. All right, let's not go into this discussion. We're talking about Sayonara.
Wild Hearts.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. I just liked if it was called Sayonara. It sounds really fun. But no, thank you very much for bringing that to the table, Breaker. I think you may have made some new fans of the game. If you'd like to check it out, Sayonara Wild Hearts. Give it a listen.
It's on everything. Like it's listed platforms were like both PC, Mac, Switch, PS4, and Xbox. So
yeah.
You've got no excuse to not play it.
I think it's on Apple TV Gaming. That's how widespread this game is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get it
on console.
Get on the Roku. And on that realization, on to the next thing. So on to one of the personal favourite segments of the podcast. We're on to the merch. And I believe there's only 2 of us who have got merch this week. Lulu, you have made a nice purchase. Would you like to talk about it?
So, as you may have noticed, I've been making more JoJo's references recently, and that's because I was working my way through Stardust Crusaders Part 3, and I finished it about 10 days ago as of this recording. Or when this is released, it'll be earlier than that. I may have binge watched the last half of it in 3 days. So I bought a Dio from Part 3, Dio in the banana suit, as it's called, statue for £30 from Dekai Anime. So thank you, Dekai Anime. And I also got Dio Stand the World as a little keyring that I think is really cool.
Zarworld.
Zarworld!
Zarworld. It's very, very, very nice. I can't
show the actual statue because it's a like build it up in pieces one, and it's still in the box.
So hopefully you will get to see that at some point in the future.
Yeah.
I know you want to also talk about some things that have come out.
Yeah, so I used to have a rule, basically, that I thought Nendroids were overpriced crap because they're basically just chibi statues, and for more than the price of, say, the Dio statue I bought that was it's like 20 centimeters and £30. For more than that, you get a smaller figure that's more customizable. And then the Good Smile Company, who are the people who make Nendroids, decided to, in the same week, announce that they're going to be releasing a Blake from Ruby, a White Blood Cell from Cells at Work Code Black, so the female White Blood Cell, because there is already a male White Blood Cell from main line of Cells at Work. They're re-releasing Miku from Quintessential Quintuplets, and they're also making a Kakyoin figure from JoJo's Part 3. And the picture I've picked for that is the from one of the episodes, which Ian only knows because of the meme.
I'll get there eventually, guys. All right.
I know you'll get there eventually. But yeah, they basically went in a week, hey, Lulu, you know your rule against Nendroids? Fuck you, you're buying Nendroids.
Here's your waifus.
This is literally going to be like Lulu's second like AEW figure addiction. Whereas
this one, between the three, even just between the three that I'm probably going to get, which is the Miku one, which is actually a re-release. The Miku one, the Blake, and the female White Blood Cell will be around about 140.
Ooh. You don't want to get the Kakyoin one?
On the precipice with getting the Kakyoin one.
But it's the meme. It's the meme.
Do it for the MILF Hunter.
Do it for the meme. all that. I didn't buy anything, but I made something. I had a G Fuel bottle that I had. Because I bought G Fuel.
Please sponsor us, G Fuel.
Please sponsor us, G Fuel. Well, don't actually, after what I just said I did. And my sister, for my birthday, bought me a bunch of stickers that were Vine references. So I sticker bombed my G Fuel bottle, and here are a few pictures of the final product. It has, all your favorites, like I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby, Hurricane Tortilla.
I was going to ask, do you mean actual vines or pictures of vines?
No, they're artistic renditions of the vines. So it's there's a paper airplane of a whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe. And and there's a big chili and it says, "Hi, welcome to Chili's. Well, life gives you lemons. Fries before fries." It's genuinely, I'm really happy with how it came out. And I still have.
Yeah, it looks really cool, as we can see from the picture that's on screen right now.
Yes.
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Hell
Which
yeah.
is your favorite sticker, Ian?
Which is my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby.
Okay.
Because it's front and center. It's amazing. I love it. I did have to cover up my second favorite, which is the oh my god, they were roommates. But I have a second one of that, so I'll sticker bomb something else with it.
Ian's 2016 phase.
God, I'm having a relapse into better times. No, I'm joking. But moving on to the new arrivals of Pro Wrestling Tees, we have all made a decision that the best shirt is coming from AEW, I think for the first time?
Yeah, because we've been calling shirts before now.
Yeah, wow, look at us being AEW shills. We have decided to pick the Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch t-shirt. Yes, I know we just spent half an hour talking shit about the ending. The shirt's really good. The way I described it is I don't particularly like pay-per-view shirts, and I mean specifically shirts that are only they're literally like an example would be, I believe it was the Young Bucks and FTR's all out full gear t-shirt, which was the one where it had like the tweet saying that like one day we'll face them and one day we'll face them. That, to me, that's a waste of a purchase, because that's only going to be like topical now on the day, and then you forget about it. This is one of the only shirts from a pay-per-view where I'm actually looking at it and I'm going, I could probably get away with wearing this shirt out and people not knowing that it's from a pay-per-view. I don't know
I
if
like
you guys
how
agree.
it looks kind of like an LIJ shirt. It has a very similar aesthetics to some LIJ shirts, like the very stark black on white.
It's very, it is very like, and I'm not just saying it because there's a Japanese characters of the death. I think it's deathmatch. I'm assuming
it's Deathmatch, which is deathmatch. Yeah.
I feel like it does have a very like Japanese style to it. Like I know when Kenny was wearing it, he looked like wrestlers that used to wrestle death matches. So I just think that it just works perfectly for that. I don't know what Breaker and Flips are considering on this one.
Well, t-shirt. Yeah, I think it's really cool.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I kind of agree with you. I don't usually go for like pay-per-view. They're kind of like concert t-shirts for me. Like you wear them like for pajamas, and that's about it. But I think this one is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. But this shirt is not good. We have picked the I believe it's called the Go To Red Wine Knocking Point t-shirt. On the simple basis of it's not a wrestling shirt. It's a wine shirt.
Knocking Point are the company who make a little bit of the bubbly. They're that wine company. They distribute and I believe produce the wine. They have a storefront. Why couldn't they just sell it on their own storefront? Is my more thing, because this is literally just a wine focused shirt in every way. Is there anything even remotely referenced on it in any form?
No.
I mean, maybe it's a long form reference to Hiroki Goto.
Goto red wine.
Goto red wine. That is brilliant. I mean, the design itself is boring. Like obviously, like they've got like the red Knocking Point logo, which is a fine logo, but then it's your day to day go to red wine. Oh, I read it wrong. It's your day to day wine go to red. It's just crap. If I'm struggling to read it, that's normally a bad sign that it's not good. I just like why is it on there?
We'd like to give a congratulations here to the United Empire for not submitting a crap t-shirt this week.
Yes, see you guys in a fortnight, and we'll say your other one is bad. But yeah, I mean, I think we've got some pretty solid best and worst there. I think don't be surprised if one of us turns up with the Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch t-shirt. It's probably going to be me. But yeah, this has been a nice, short, quick merch, and we're on to the next segment. So we are moving on to the segment that I always dread. It is Ian Hasn't Seen Anything. And this time on the podcast, I haven't seen anything. Because we've all been so busy this fortnight that we've just not really had time to really sit and analyze a movie, which sounds ridiculous. But we just didn't have time. So we apologize for that if this is your favorite part of the podcast. And
we apologize if it is, because you have trash taste.
God, is the free ep sales rep not the best? But no, we are basically going to end the podcast here because, again, we've just had a very long fortnight with just a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And,
we're very tired.
we're all just very tired, and we all just want to go to bed.
We're sleepy boys.
Except for Flips, because it's like 4 p.m. for him. So he's
Nope, I'm going to bed too.
sick, great. See, we die together, we sleep together, We
What?
They died together.
wait.
They did together.
Okay. This has been the Geeky Grapplers podcast of episode 5.
Ian, you told me you never tell anyone.
Shush! Oh God.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. This has been the Geeky Grapplers podcast. I just want to clarify as well from last episode, we are not going to be putting our stuff on SoundCloud because we don't want to spend money on a SoundCloud premium membership yet. So this is going to be the only place you can find the podcast unless we can find somewhere else to put it up. If you have any suggestions for that, please let us know.
Spotify, call me.
Sorry? Spotify call me. Spotify, please. I'm telling you, we're a professional podcast.
Tweet at us at Geeky Grapplers.
Yes, on the Twitter that we will absolutely, definitely update this time.
Yes.
This is going to be just the running joke. This is going to be amazing. Is there anything else
Keep
you
me
guys...
loving, and I will.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we go? Or are we basically done?
Play Sayonara Wild Hearts. Good night, everybody.
He starts with cheated out of the Crunchyroll
Oh.
Anime Award.
No, bring this back. No, it's too late now. Let it go.
I will never stop fighting.
I'm going to keep extending the length of this podcast with repeated uses of the world. And with that ending, on that bombshell, it's good night from all of us. Thank you. That's probably copyright, so I'm going to keep talking. Bye.
Bye, guys. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.
So when are we sleeping together again?